Hello and welcome back to GT Retro World. Well, today we're going to have a look at something a bit different, and this is the JOPIX 900PRO, and this is a proper CB radio. And when I mean proper CB radio, I mean AM, FM, CB radio. None of this SSB, no, this is a CB radio and a multi-norms legal radio, I might add. So I'm quite excited to have a look at this. Firstly, we get the 3-pin power lead, the Uniden style. Doesn't need to be out substantial because this is only a 4-watt rig. We have the rig bracket. It's almost like the Cobra type style, but a bit smaller. Obviously, this radio is a tad smaller. As you can see that there. It's like, I think it's powdered black, like a matte type of black there is. A bag of the usual thumb screws, microphone holder, a fuse, and the rubber protectors that go between the radio and the bracket. So that's that little bag of goodies. Yeah, okay. Right, we've got the microphone. We have a 4-pin microphone. Quite a nice little JOPIX mic there. Feels very sturdy. And on the top we have an up and down. That'll be for your channels, no doubt, and a PTT. And the PF button, it'll actually show you the power or the SWR. I think if you just press it, that's what I've read anyway, on the display. So we'll soon find out with that. But yeah, it feels a nice microphone, that. In fact, it is very, very well put together, that. We have the owner's manual. It's in a few languages, you can see there. So I think first we've got Spanish, because this is actually a Spanish brand, isn't it, of sorts. So we have Spanish, English, French, and that's Portuguese. PT, no idea. Yeah, I want to say Portuguese. Correct me if I'm wrong anyway. Yeah, so this is English. That's showing you there what comes with the radio. Optional accessories, there's an external speaker. Okay. Little breakdown on the front of the radio there. We'll go through that shortly. A few of the functions there. Again, we'll go through that shortly. We'll have a look around the rig. Yeah, it's quite a nice manual actually, that. And it's a good size as well, which makes a change from some of these other radios. Yeah, it's a good that. I like it. Really clear, that. Put it this way, I'm actually reading this. I'm behind the camera, and it's nice to read, isn't it, when you've got something like a decent size in front of you. So yeah. That's a little look at the manual anyway. We won't go too much into that. You can read that yourself if you buy one. Okay, I'll power this up anyway while I go through a few of the specifications. It'll give you something to look at while I'm going on one. So I'll have a little look. A bit of a noise there. Okay. Oh, that's a bonny little display. Very nice. I don't know if you're getting that there, guys, but that is very crisp. So we'll go through a few of the specifications anyway. Like I say, it's a multi-standard radio, or multi-norms, whatever you want to call it. And it goes back to the, like I say, the old grassroots days, this, isn't it? It's a proper CB. So it's FM, AM. It's going to suit most European countries. It's going to be legal in most of them as well, I would say, if that's your thing. Even in the States, I think it'd be somewhere near, because it's got FCCs in it anyway, or SEPT, or whatever you want to call it, which is basically the same thing, AM, FM. So very versatile, like. It's got the advanced noise reduction technology in there, which we've seen in a bunch of radios these days. And obviously the auto squelch as well, which is nice to minimise background noise and interference. Like I say, most of these sets do that very well at the moment with noise reduction. They work extremely well anyway. It's also got an SWR alert system on this, which is quite nice. Another nice feature about this radio, it'll operate on 12 volt or 24 volts, so that's compatible with like a wide range of vehicles, from like cars, vans, trucks, etc. The frequency range on this radio is 26565 to 27991.25, which is obviously, that covers the UK side of it. It can be modified for export, and it'll actually go from 24715 to 30105, but I cannot see the point of this at all. I think the multi-norms is the nice thing anyway, and if you do modify it, you're going to lose that UK 40, which, to be honest, I don't think it's worth it with an AM/FM rig. So it'll do to 80 channels, obviously, according to where you are. Like I say, in the UK, we probably have, I know we'll have the UK 40 and FCCs, or SEPT, whatever you want to call this, or mid-band. Yeah. Anyway, it's got a digital SWR meter on there, which is colour display, as you can see. This radio is 210mm long, it's 185mm wide, and 56mm in height. It weighs just over a kilo. If you're transmitting with this radio, it'll use a maximum of 3 amps and on receive, just ticking over, it's 0.3 amps. So yeah, it's quite efficient, isn't it? So that's not too bad. RF power on this is 4 watts, so that's what it claims, with a maximum deviation of 2 kilohertz, which is about somewhere near, might be a tad quieter, I'm not too sure, but what I've heard, it sounds great, this. Adjacent channel rejection, which is something I always look at, is 60 dB, again, which is good. You know, we don't want bleed over boxes, do we? Okay, let's have a little look at the functions this radio's got. So firstly, we have the volume and squelch. This acts as an auto squelch as well. So at the moment it's on auto squelch. If we just lift that up a little bit, can you hear that there, guys? So we'll back that down again. So that's your volume and squelch. Here we have a mic gain, RF gain, and that's your talk back. So you can listen to yourself babbling on and get your audio right if that's what you want to do, or mess about with your echo. This is your channel selector, obviously. You can also push this as well to get in the menu. So hold that in for the menu and hold it again for back out. Okay. Along the top we have the channel display. We have an RX and TX light. Here we have a normal button and a channel 9. Channel 9, as you can see there, guys. And back off again. Here we have an echo function, if that's your bag. So echo off, echo on. Here we have FM, PA and AM. So FM, PA, you can hear that nice firm relay coming into play when we click the PA. Hear that there? And also it says PA there on the display. Here we have the Vox function, that is off. Vox on, and Vox set. So once you actually get into set, you can actually turn this, see the channel selector, to change the Vox levels. We'll turn it off. I don't normally use that. Here we have the noise reduction, that's off, as you can see. Noise reduction on. Click it down again, and that gives you takes you to set. On the set again, straight on to the channel selector, and we're going to alter that. We'll leave it on number 2. Back off again. And last but not least, we have automatic noise limiter there, and also noise blanket and automatic noise limiter together, and off. Again, that's mainly used for the likes of AM. Right, what we'll do next, we'll have a little look through the actual menu system. So we'll hold channel selecting. Now here we have the UK map. Now this is basically telling us that we're on the UK 40 FM. We'll go back into that again, all that there, and press it once again, and that will flash. Poland, Germany, EU obviously, CE, and UK. And to get out of this, we basically just hit that again and move along. We've got an SWR warning there, 3 to 1. Again, you can hold that in and set it to 4 to 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 1, 10 to 1, and off. Here we have PA settings, and you can choose between internal, external, or off. Yeah, okay. Leave that back where it was. Again, move along. Automatic squelch is on, you can turn it on or off, obviously. Reset, no, we don't need to do that, the radio's new. Key beep on, we're going to turn it off now because that's going to be annoying you. And there we go, that'll make everyone happy. To be honest, I use a key beep very low on my ear, so I have that on all the time. I just find it sometimes when you're using the on-screen display, you just know you've touched it, and I like that. Roger beep, let's have a look at what we've got. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and off. I'll leave that for now, we'll go back through them later on. Right, okay. Dim and bright, let's have a look at what we've got here. That's dimmed and bright, that's all we've got. You can see between the two there, yeah, okay. Display, we've got classic, like a 148 style or Uniden type style, as you can see there. That is the S meter. As you can see, it's a bit like an old AM radio from the 70s, like the American type style. We also have bar graph, and that's quite modern, isn't it, really, to look at. To be honest, I like the old style. This is quite nice because the frequency is displayed a lot bigger. You know, it's a personal preference thing, isn't it? Anyway, we'll go back to classic. So hold that in again. Back to classic. Okay. Right, next. RF mode display. Let's have a look what we've got in here. RF, SWR. We can choose between electric condenser microphone and dynamic. This is an electric condenser microphone, so we'll leave that on. Squelch scan type. Let's have a look what's in here. Time or squelch. Echo volume 28. We'll have a mess about with that. It's not something I mess about with, but you want to hear it, don't you? Obviously. Echo delay. Timeout time. It's on 3 minutes, so it should shut down all being well if it's not getting used. And we're back to UK channel mapping, and that's what we've been using. So that's a little look on the fascia of the radio and around the controls. What I'll do next, I'll give you a little look actually around the radio itself. It's a nice black finish on that. It feels quite rugged as well. That's the side of it. And that's the top of it. Yeah, it's quite a nice finish, that. Bottom of there, we've got a nice big large speaker, which is good. Always good to have a large speaker. On the rear we have the Uniden 3-pin style power connector, PA speaker, an extension speaker sockets, and also an SO239 for your antenna, which is the usual stuff anyway, isn't it really? Yeah, it's actually quite nice, I do like it. Size wise, there's the Anytone. See, it's a little bit smaller, yeah. Same as depth, yeah. Gives you an idea. These are all from the similar factories, these like, aren't they? You can just tell. Yeah. But anyway, it gives you an idea what we're batting with there. Right, I think it's time to fire this up again, isn't it really? 1.9 Roger. SWR has about 1.5 here. I'm using a long wire. This wire I'm using at the moment is set up quite well for 10-11 meters. We've got the squelch open there, and that's the squelch closed manually. As soon as you go back to off, it actually shows auto squelch there. Look, can you see? And back to 19, yeah. So that's a bit of a decent information. Let's talk back. Let's have a little look how that sounds.
Hello, 1 2
1 2 1 2. There's no echo on there. It's just a bit of feedback. We'll put the echo on. Let's have a listen there. Hello. 1 2. That I wasn't expecting. Right, okay, so let's see if we can do something with that. 1 2. That's setting 20. Excuse my voice, I'm still a bit croaky. Anyway, you get the idea. 1 2. Bit of reverb. I just want to show you guys how it sounds. It's not something I use, but knowing what you're getting, it's nice to know. So that's the echo anyway. Okay, let's have a listen to these beeps. I think there's a few, isn't there, if I remember rightly. So we're going to use the trusty Thunderpole TX for this. Back into the menu, hit it again. Roger beat 1. Let's have a listen. So that's Roger beat 1, or beep, whatever you want to call it. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. 5. 6, and that's off, so you get 6. Okay, so we'll turn that off. Okay, anyway, that's a look around the menus, I suppose. Like I said, to get out the menus quick, just press the PTT and it takes you straight back on there. What I'll do now, I'll move that out the way and give you a nice close look at that display. As you can see, she's a pretty little thing, isn't she? See if I can get down a bit closer for you to have a proper look. It starts losing its colour a little bit when we get a bit too close. But you get the idea. Yeah, it's a nice display that. Like I say, I've got my glasses on top of my head here and I'm 2 foot away and I can make it out as clear as day. It is really clear. So that in a mobile environment is actually going to be quite nice. Okay, let's check what power this is doing. So channel 20, 5 watt scale on the trusty XG92. So we have just over 4 watts. I thought that'd be quite strong. I had a funny feeling of that. We'll go to channel 1. Again, just over 4 watts. Channel 40, yeah, over 4 watts. Going to the EU, let's have a little look. There we go. Channel 1 EU, again, strong, just over 4 watts. Channel 40, again, just over 4 watts. Let's have a look on AM. Look at that, nice positive click there. A relay for AM by the sounds of it, or it's probably because we're strolling past the PA. Channel 40 AM, again, bang on, just over 4 watts, almost close to 4.5 watts there. But yeah, that's a strong 4 watt radio, definitely. You know, some of these are normally about 3.5 watts, aren't they? Or 3 watts, they're normally useless, but that's a nice strong output, that. Great for linears as well. If you're going to use a linear, you're not going to tear the damn thing apart. So yeah, there's no high and low power on this, but I think them days are gone. Who uses low power anymore? You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen, does it? So I think 4 watts is fine. It's just over, so that's great. Well guys, I actually quite like that. It's nice. Yeah, it's all right. I like the authentic type feel of like the LCB days when you've only had AM and FM. You know, it's quite nice to have, and it's absolutely sounds beautiful. I've had a couple of QSOs there with a few locals, and they said the audio was fantastic. I mean, I don't know if they're still on. There was a few on anyway, unusual 19, but yeah. Oh, there's someone else there, but listen, the audio sounds great. I don't. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. Nice big speaker, sounds great. It's currently on offer at Moonraker for £124.95, and I think that's a good deal, to be honest, for a nice little legal AM/FM rig to have a bit of fun with. You know, I mean, sometimes you just want to have a play with AM/FM, don't you? I do. I love AM anyway. I'm a big fan of that. And FM, you know, a bit of Muppets every now and again. Great fun. And I think for the price, it's worth every penny. Shown in stock, so you should be okay there. I know these days things seem to be going in and out of stock like a bloody yo-yo. It's very annoying, isn't it? So anyway, it's shown in stock, £124.95 from Moonraker. I think it's worth the money, to be honest. Anyway guys, hopefully it's been of some use and a bit of fun at the same time, and over the next few days I'll hopefully get a few more contacts with this and give a bit more of a verdict with it. But on the whole, I think it's super. I think it's great fun. I know you can get an SSB radio for not much more, but nah, this is good fun. I like it. Anyway, thumbs up for the channel, wouldn't go amiss guys, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get this channel a bit more lively. If I can get the channel a bit more lively, I'll be livened up and I'll do a bit more. Anyway guys, catch you later. Bye for now.